You're listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. Now, the largest new media platform on the web and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Keith. Johnson.
From the AfterBuzz Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and Bing.com, and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies, this is AfterBuzz TV's The Bachelorette After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. If you'd like to buzz in on tonight's show, you can buzz us at 424-256-1729. That's 424-256-1729. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AfterBuzz TV's The Bachelorette After Show.
What's up, Soulja Boy?
Let's get
No.
it.
Yeah, you ready?
Here for the right reasons?
You ready? 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8.
No. What an awful, awful song. I think none of us are here for the right reasons because we all want to be on TV.
And with that ominous beginning, we all know that Bing is for doing. And what are we doing? We're doing another after show on AfterBuzz TV. This is The Bachelorette Season 9, Episode 2. And I'm JC, and joined by my lovely host, starting with the lovely lady. Why are you smiling? To my left.
I'm Cathy Kelley.
And next, Cathy.
I'm Krisily. What's up, guys?
All right. And of course, DJ Marissa. What's going on? All right, on tonight's show, we're going to learn about love don't come easy, and neither do their shirts. And also, we're here for the right reasons.
We are here for the right reasons.
How many times did they say that on this episode? We're like 15, 16?
Shot for every time they say it.
Too many.
There is a game, if you look at my tabs, there's the Bachelorette game for every time they say, if you're in it for the right reasons, you have to take a drink.
Really?
Yes.
People were drunk tonight.
I think I might play it next week.
Oh, God.
So in case, I might just be passed out by the time we make it on air next week. So it's, I think, what's the site of that one?
I closed it.
Fantastic. All right, guys, if you're watching us at home, hello, chat roll. But if you're not watching us live, make sure to tune in on iTunes, subscribe, let us know what you think. Also go to Stitcher, OneCast, and basically, we really listen to your comments. And one thing I do want to straighten out from last week, we are a spoiler-free show. We try to avoid them as much as possible, guys. But, you know, so please try to keep them out of the comments, because I think it ruins it for everyone, because we really try to stay away from them. So with that said, thoughts on tonight? Tonight we had everything. I mean,
First dates.
First date. Yeah, that's right. And we had first dates, and Krisily lost someone very near and dear to her in this episode.
So sad.
Yes.
So sad.
Can we have a moment of silence with the right reasons, Marissa?
Come on. My boy went home.
You love me the most. Someone make queasy, but one thing's for
Talking
sure.
about Roberto.
Yes,
So sad.
the loss of Robert, but we'll get into that a little bit later. And there was also, could Ben be a villain? I mean, we're starting to see this whole side to Ben. I mean, he pissed me off. He really pissed me off with what he did with Mike.
Oh, that didn't bother me.
Really? With the he talking about his diabetes.
He didn't know what he was talking about.
But okay, we'll get into it. But let's start. We like to go in order, so let's start off with the one-on-one date with Brooks.
Aww.
What'd you think? Well, what'd you think?
I thought it was an amazing first date, and it set the bar pretty high for the rest of the guys.
Yeah.
Well, and let's backtrack for if anyone decides to watch our show instead of The Bachelorette, which kudos to you. It was a kind of a rehash from a previous date with like Allie and Frank when they went up to the Hollywood sign.
Yes.
They had the romantic dinner and whatnot, and Brooke seems more smitten to me than actually Des.
Well, she has 24 other guys, or I guess she doesn't have 24 at this point, but she has a ton of other guys who are also vying for her attention.
No, but it's because Brooks was like, I'm so excited. He was like,
I thought she was pretty smitten as well.
think so?
I do. I thought that it was a pretty equally loving-dovey date. I thought they were really cute together.
Why are there so many dates on The Bachelor where they think it's a good idea to get dressed up as bride and groom, though?
JP and Ashley did it, and they got married.
JP and Ashley did it, but didn't Courtney and Ben, they went and she like did her vows. Like that didn't work out, obviously. There have been so many dates where I feel like they've dressed up as bride and groom.
But you know what? You just came across something that's interesting because I know Courtney and Ben aren't together, but she did end up winning the show as well. So, and you just said JP and Ashley, so who knows? But I don't think he's going to win.
Ashley, I thought Ashley dressed up with several guys.
Yeah. But I'm just saying that they did.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
It was a group date. But
it was a group date with like 3 or 4 guys, and they all dressed up and in various bride and groom outfits. This was the most traditional bride and groom outfit because they were in like Asia or something like that. But
did you notice they were under the L on Hollywood
For love.
they should have been under the D for Des.
Huh? There we go.
Totally thought you were going somewhere else with that.
I know. It took a second to sink in, Cathy.
It's like D for
I
Des.
didn't think about that.
They were really cute though, and he just seemed so genuine and so real, and it was kind of refreshing to see that from him. And he's so freaking handsome.
Yeah.
Like if she doesn't pick him, he's for sure going to be the next Bachelor because every girl in America is swooning over him tonight.
Yeah, you know, if they fix, I hate to say that, Ben's storyline, I think either one of them, I could see them possibly being the next Bachelor. Even though Ben is starting off on the wrong foot, but if we find out if he's in it for the right reasons, I got to keep
Not allowed to say that for the rest of the show. Not allowed.
Do you know how hard that's gonna be?
I will throw things.
Drinking.
Okay. I'm no longer gonna say. We'll call it TRR. Okay. No, but Brooks was vulnerable, and he showed this side to him because he didn't want to open up at first. He was a little hesitant, but when he did, he was just so genuine. And something about Desiree, okay, is she drop dead gorgeous like Emily? I mean, Emily.
She's very pretty.
She's very pretty. Emily
had something to her that I feel like every guy in America was attracted to her.
Yeah.
But Desiree has this quality that just men love. I don't know if it's the girl next door thing or it's just like she's like your best friend, but she's fun and she's sexy. I think guys, that's why they were all giddy when she showed up in the room.
She's really approachable too, I feel like, from what we've seen of her. And with Brooks tonight, like he had so much fun with the cake and the wedding dress and the fans coming up to her. He was just so you know what I mean? Like he just had so much fun with it, and he handled it really well. And he could have been completely taken back by it, and he wasn't. He just showed her his goofy side.
You just like him because he rocks Chucks with a green tuxedo.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I loved the Chucks with the suit. He was awesome, and I liked that he was willing to even go so far as to say that he was willing to take the chance of being heartbroken just to feel that love again. And most guys don't say things like that. So, and it didn't come across as a guy feeding her a BS line. Like it came across genuine.
I know, and if this is the first date of the season, I can't imagine what the rest of the season is going to be like because their chemistry, honestly, I'm thinking it's like top 5 date-wise of just interaction between the couples, you know, for it being a first date.
Oh, yeah. I would have taken him and told the rest of the guys to go home. Like, after that date, there was no need for me to see any other dates. They were that cute together.
And that's what leads me to believe that he's not going to make it at the end. Because why would they
wouldn't show him that much. Yeah, and that sucks. Because, like, that's what they did.
Catherine
I feel like
and Sean.
several seasons. They showed they barely showed Catherine, and then she ended up winning. And I think they did that with a lot of front runners in past seasons. Jeff with 1F. They barely showed him, and then he ended up winning. And it sucks, because I feel like all the dates this season are going to stack up to this one. Like, they're not going to stack up to this one.
I don't know. Wait till they get out of California and they go international.
They are in California.
I said wait till they get out.
I was like, wait till they get in California. I was like,
It's all right. No, would you say it's one of your favorite dates?
I don't know if it's one of my favorites, but I think that they definitely had an amazing chemistry. They looked great together. They had fun, and they talked about some serious stuff, and there was no awkward moments.
Mm-hmm. It seemed, I like when the dates are more feasible. It's not like these crazy, extravagant jumping off of buildings or going on helicopter rides or first-class jets anywhere. And yes, she has her Bentley, but like it's something that people can do. Like people can go hiking up to the Hollywood sign. And
well, they can't get that close.
They can't get that close unless you have a permit, but you can still get pretty darn close, and you can eat cake like
On Hollywood Boulevard out of the truck.
And speaking of Bentleys, Krisily, you were talking about the Twitter of...
Des Blue Bentley has a Twitter. Tweeted me tonight. Because my question was, who has to drive that blue Bentley when Des is done? And the Bentley answered me and said that they weren't sure yet. And I said, feel free to drop it off at my house.
Nice. And you know, like we said, we spoiler free. However, the Bentley did have a spoiler alert.
The Bentley did have a spoiler alert.
You might want to hit this, Marissa.
It makes it to the final rows.
Oh.
The Bentley makes it to the final rows.
oh man.
Spoiler alert.
All right, but yeah. So overall, we love the date, but I thought the next date was even better because it was just to see you guffaw. Krisily was rolling.
I was hysterical.
I'm gonna have nightmares of this damn song, the TRR.
You've been singing it all night.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not gonna sing it again.
You were singing
Right
it all night.
reasons. Right reasons. JC's not here for the right reasons.
Mr. Best Stand Up, Mr. Wrong, see you later.
Has there ever
Des
been
is really, really white.
I wish Ashley or Emily O'Brien had come back to do some rapping lessons with Des.
So you think Em can give Des some rap lessons?
Yeah.
Okay. Epic rap battles. What's chat roll got to say so far, Krisily?
Everybody loved Brooks' date.
Yeah.
But everyone's a fan of Brooks.
He's just good, and he's good looking too. Damn.
So good
A
looking.
little jelly here. Okay. Back to the 14 on what has there ever been like a 14-person date?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean like 10 or 12, but 14?
That's a lot.
Come on.
14.
So a very similar show that premiered on NBC this past season, Ready for Love.
Never heard of it.
They had very similar dates where they would bring everyone on the date.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I guess they only had 9 girls. Or, yeah, 12 girls or something like 12 girls at the beginning, but then they had 9 people dates.
But see, what made this date different was that-
Soulja Boy!
No.
Oops.
It made fun of itself. They made fun of bachelors from
Oh, they
past
didn't make
seasons.
fun of themselves. They made fun of cast members and
Yes.
some of my favorite cast members to make fun of.
Who was it? Meatball number 1 and Meatball 2? Because the two guys, Jersey Mike, I call him Jersey Mike,
Did you know that Mike was Italian? I never would have guessed that.
No.
Never.
Wow, spoiler.
Italian.
Okay.
And angry Italian. Never would have guessed that.
No, but he was, and you like, was it Krisily or Cathy? You guys were like guffawing when he had a Justin rated R's line.
Oh, yeah. We made fun of Justin rated R tonight. We made fun of Casey, Guard and Protect My Heart, and we made fun of Wes.
Hashtag Casey got to make fun of Casey.
It was. Yeah, he did. He didn't say hashtag all night, though, which was
know.
impressive.
Yeah.
Who had the best flow? I don't know why we were even spending time on this.
Because it was hysterical. Mesnick, and who, by the way, was tweeting that he had so much fun with it. He was like, wait, did they just make fun of Ty? It was really funny. He was a good sport about it.
Okay.
So going back to the hashtag thing, I don't think that's going to be used throughout the rest of the season.
Thank God.
Because like I started following all of these guys on Twitter, and they see like he seems like a very normal guy.
Casey?
Like, he hasn't used hashtag like once except for the first episode.
Good.
Like,
Oh,
when
so
he
you
was
think it was
joking.
just the editing kind of ran with that a little bit? You know.
I think they ran with that, and I think they told him to say that never, like maybe, oh yeah, we didn't get it that time. Can you say hashtag again, or something like that?
You know, and there were some cute moments, and especially Brandon. Well, I don't want to call that one cute, eh? Brandon with the no pants, and he was epic rap fail.
Casey, his little brother.
Yes.
He's totally Casey. Like, he's so intense like Casey. He talks like Casey. He's Casey's little brother. For sure, they have to be related.
But here's where I thought, and judging, we've had body language experts here on the show in the past, and when Brandon couldn't get his rap right, and she felt bad for him, and she gave him the little hug, she gave him a pat.
She did.
She didn't do.
I think it's because he didn't have pants on that she gave him the awkward hug. I'm just throwing that out there.
So a pat means that you're just friends, and like a rub
Yes.
might mean like, oh, there's something here.
Absolutely. Put that down. I guarantee he won't win it because he got the pat.
I mean, I don't know that I would hug a guy with no pants on either.
And who was it that was checking him out? That was kind of weird. One of the other guys, like Brandon's like, "What are you doing, checking me out?"
No, he just was tying a shoe and looked up, and there was an ass in his face. I mean, how do you not look? What are you gonna do? Happens.
I don't know. But so that we got the cute part of the day and whatnot. But at night, we saw a great part. Speaking of clothes, a contestant that was pretty much naked throughout the first episode, who wore a shirt this time and had a very thoughtful present for Des. It was Zach, minus the C, Zach W, who bought, I guess, Desiree this antique journal that was super thoughtful and had an inscription from
someone else.
Yeah, from a father to a daughter.
Not her father. Sorry.
I know.
Just say it.
Hashtag.
It was actually really, really cute until the inscription, and then I was like, that's a little weird.
It was cute until he said, you can write about our experiences. I think it would have been better if he would have said, your wonderful experiences here on your journey.
Well, he did say that, and then they could look at it together in the end.
Okay.
That wasn't what was creepy for me. The inscription from someone else's dad was creepy. Because I loved the antique journal. I thought it was a great idea. She's definitely going to write about this experience. But
maybe not in that journal anymore.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just like that was for someone else. And some dad did something really sweet. And
she probably did it on an iPad anyway. So
I feel like if he wrote an inscription, it would be really cute. But someone else's, I don't know. I thought it was creepy.
Okay. All right, well said. We agree to kind of disagree. Okay,
right.
So but we got to move on to the first moment. I thought Ben pulling a robbery, his first robbery of the night with Jersey Mike, and there was like the warning and whatnot. And here's why I understand he's pulling kind of like the Courtney Robertson who would always steal Ben away from Ben's season. I get it. You know, he's playing to win.
I have a question for you.
I may have an answer.
Did Ben get a rose at the end of the date?
Yes.
Then what he did was right.
Yeah.
Hold on.
It's right in those person's eyes for a little bit, and then they realize how controlling, and I don't know, this person.
Yeah, because
really
she doesn't
is.
see all of this. She doesn't. It's
She
textbooks
seems-
every season.
She sees a confident guy who is going after what he wants. She doesn't see a cocky, arrogant jerk who doesn't want to make any friends.
As it happened with Tiara and Sean, as it happened with Courtney and Ben, as it happened season after season, it's going to come out eventually.
Ben picked Courtney. So, I mean, granted they didn't work out, but...
Because Ben was picking with something else, and Des is going to pick with her head.
I hope so. I did question tonight if she is going to look through the BS and not get so caught up in the attention, because I mean we all love to be courted, we all love to get that attention from people, especially just after a public breakup. So I mean that feeling's going to be really good. I just hope within the time that we see her that she can look past the attention and see through the BS, because there's a lot of it.
Yeah, it's too early to tell. And there were a few other stories. I mean, you know, Brandon opening up and talking about I guess it was his father left them, and he had he was kind of like
his family.
Yeah, he was kind of like Shameless. I don't know if you guys watched that show. It's very like a Shameless plot line, but you know,
but the girl in Shameless isn't that needy. She's just like, I'm going to do what I have to do. I'm going to get it
Fiona.
done. She's not that needy. She's not like, she's just like matter of fact. This is what happened. This is my life, and I'm going to work with what I have.
I like that he was able to share that, though. I mean, the fact that that's very hard, and something that we never hear is guys with daddy issues. Like, we always hear about girls, and like, I don't know. It's cool to see that perspective once in a while.
I think had I not seen everything else come out of his mouth before that, I would have been like, oh my God, this is great. He's opening up. He's showing her he's vulnerable. But because I saw that Casey in him, I couldn't get past that.
all right, so
He's a little whiny.
a little bit.
A little bit. I mean, that's just my opinion.
All right, and let us know what you guys think. What's the chat roll saying? And definitely, do you think he's too whiny? Let us know in the comments. But of course, Ben got the rose. Gosh,
Lions fan says Ben ain't there for the right reasons.
thank you, Lions fan.
He's so obsessed with getting a rose. And then Lizzie says he's so gross.
Gross.
Gross. Okay.
I liked him until tonight. I liked him last week
And
a lot.
I feel like we're going to see a lot more drama from him this season.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Every time he opens his mouth, all I hear is, I'm a tool.
There's so many people that said that his son was a prop.
You think he's an actor?
No.
1-800-RENT-A-CHILD.
Awesome. They call central casting and they're like, yeah, we need a 4
I've
to 6
actually
year old.
said so many times that I wish I could rent a child because I love them, and then like I just want to give them back at the end of the day. Right
That's
now,
called
like, I would have-
babysitting.
I know, and
then
then I
you
could
get
get paid for doing it.
Babysitting.
Today, Cathy learned something new. Babysitting.
Yeah. I wanted to be a babysitter when I grew up,
Yeah.
and then I accomplished that goal at like age 10.
Okay. With that said,
In other news,
okay, but there's also always a third date now, and it's Krisily really likes him. I like the guy, but he needs a new barber. I'm sorry, Brydon.
I do like Brydon.
He's a little bit of a bowl cut.
Do something with the hair. Other than that, he's genuine. He's honest. He's a great guy.
But the boy has no game.
Yeah.
No game.
I feel like you see a lot of Brydons in the Midwest. He's from Minnesota. He was in the military, and he is a very good guy, very loyal. I think he was the one that described himself as loyal, and
then they showed his dog.
But there might be a little something missing.
A little bit?
Yeah. There's no chemistry at all.
Yeah.
Wait, so you're saying they're buddies?
Yeah, right now. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Like serial buddies.
Nice segue.
Sorry.
So, no, definitely. So, we are going to take this moment actually to talk about Serial Buddies, which is our founder, Maria Menounos, and Kevin Undergaro's production of this great movie that it's kind of like Dexter meets Dumb and Dumber, and it just made it out to video on the 29th, correct?
Yes.
Yes, on the
May 29th.
May 29th. So all we're asking is AfterBuzzers, we really need your help. If you could just purchase a copy of the movie, it really helps fund us here at AfterBuzz and to give you all this free entertainment, which we do night in, night out. So please, definitely, you've got Chris McDonald, you've got Beth Burns, you've got Artie Lang, you've got Cathy Lee Gifford. Come on, Cathy Lee. I'm sold. So definitely just rent it, buy it, let us know what you think about it, and it helps us in turn. So moving on to buddies, let's go back to Brydon.
People in chat roll are saying that he's so vanilla.
I was trying to be nice.
He is very vanilla, but we said Sean was vanilla too.
But you just said they were buddies, but she nearly put her tongue down his throat in the hot tub.
She said kiss me already.
Yeah, because that was like,
he was super awkward.
Not doing it.
That was awkward for like 30 seconds.
It
I
was
like,
really awkward.
Dude, just kiss her.
But
like Jamie on Ben's season.
Oh, that was really awkward.
Just kiss me already.
But he admittedly hadn't been in a relationship for a really long time. Marbles in my mouth.
5 years.
Really long time, and that he had used the military as reasoning for not getting into a relationship because he just wasn't ready. So he's been out of the game for a little while, which is why he doesn't have game. But it was still really awkward to watch them together. Even in their moments when they were having these nice, serious conversations and he was opening up, I still felt like there was a little bit of an awkwardness.
So he hasn't been dating for a while. So he says, I'm going to go on national TV and vie for my love in front of millions of people competing against 24 other guys. Yeah, I don't know if that was the best move, but I did like the fact that he had, it was a touchy. He had technical difficulties. No worries. No, now with Brydon, what I thought was interesting that he had what are you guys laughing at? You guys?
Nothing.
Okay, anyway. No, Brydon had these pictures conveniently in his pocket. Of course, he was in a horrific car accident,
Yes.
but he decides to pull out. He has the pics in his shirt, in his suit pocket.
Something he just wanted to share with her.
So, I mean, doesn't that take kind of the moment, the authenticity away from the date itself? Or do producers say, hey, is this where you want to talk about your story with her? I mean, how does that work out? I'm asking you like I mean.
Well, I feel like he probably knew that this was something he wanted to talk to her about, was something that he wanted to share because it was reasonings of why he went into the military, the things that happened in his life, who made him who he is, and the pictures, I guess he just wanted to share with her to show what really happened and how bad it was. And I feel like he took this opportunity because they were alone and there weren't any other guys in the house. You know what I mean? There was nobody else around to kind of steal her away or walk in on that moment. And I feel like he just probably thought to himself, this is a great chance for me to really talk about it.
Oh, so he sees the moment. Mm-hmm. And I know in the chat roll saying this, they're a little more blunt about it, but Desiree did say there was something special about him. Mm-hmm. So is there something there could be more to come with Brydon,
Maybe.
So I'm saying like down the season, he could turn into this suave kind of, maybe not.
There's nothing suave coming out of that man. I mean, he's really cute and he's really sweet. But suave is smooth is not a word I would
feel
put
like
with
they
him.
want to, like, they screen all of the guys, so wouldn't they want to pick someone who, maybe he was like, he's more shy now that there are other people vying for her attention, and he was a lot more suave and outgoing in his interview with the producers or casting directors.
I actually think Des needs someone that's going to be a little bit more quiet and shy because she is more outgoing and kind of
Free spirit.
out there. Yeah, so I think that she might need someone like that to kind of rein
I
her
think
in.
she's kind of shy.
That's a good one.
I don't know. She wrapped in a bikini tonight, so I wouldn't say shy is a word that I would describe her with.
Yeah,
and she's
Cathy,
already made
what
out
show
with.
are you watching?
She's
Come on,
already made out with
rapping.
like 6 of them. So I don't know about shy. I'm just saying.
Let's,
Address that.
We
Let
need
us
a kiss count. We needed to start a kiss count for this season.
Okay, as of today, so how many guys did she kiss tonight?
A
So
lot.
we've got Ben, we've got Brooks.
She must know my grandmother. My grandmother. You can't test drive you have to test drive the car before you buy it.
You got to tell the
So you're
listeners.
Yeah, that's what my grandmother said. Listen, she knows Nana.
No, but that was a
Clearly.
quote in one of the The Bachelor's best moments or
Yeah.
blooper moments.
Yeah.
Last week, your Nana.
Yeah, you gotta test. You can't buy a car unless you test drive it.
Des is a lip slut.
Hashtag. Okay. Anyway, so you know what? Here's the thing. I think he's great, but he's missing just a. He needs to be just he has to be assertive. That in the end, I just don't think she'll go for him, because she wants that balance. She wants fun, and this date actually was perfect for Bryan because they went on a road trip. It was a little more relaxed. They went all the way up to Ojai. She's an awesome date.
Yeah.
You just do fun things with her. So it was easy for him to open up, but he was still he's missing that X factor.
He's definitely more guarded with her, but I still don't see a spark. Like with Brooks, you saw the spark. Like it was. I mean, anybody who says they didn't was either drunk or watching a different show because there was a spark.
And of course, we all know Bryan got a rose.
Yes.
So, but let's move on to the serious stuff, the dirty stuff, the rose ceremony.
Dun dun dun.
Yes. And we have Mike G, who opens up about his, I mean, every guy has like this very difficult story. I mean, is that a prereq now?
Did you see the tweets at the bottom of the screen? Somebody tweeted that clearly you have to have a sob story to be on The Bachelor. It's like American Idol.
Okay. I will say that I feel like everyone in life has some sort of sob story that they can tell.
Absolutely.
On The Bachelor, I feel like now it's become almost a thing to tell your sob story as soon as possible so you win America's heart. And I feel like a lot of the guys have watched before, and that is why they're doing it.
I'm actually impressed that so many of the guys are telling their stories because I think girls are more likely to talk about things that have gone wrong in our lives because we learn from them and we want to share them, and guys usually won't do that. So I actually agree. Everyone has a story. Everyone has had something in their life that makes them who they are. Mm-hmm. And I love that the guys are more comfortable talking about it because I feel like I say this all the time. It's if you don't share your truth, no one else can learn from it. Mm-hmm. And if you would have learned it from someone else, then maybe it wouldn't be your truth and something else would. So I think that it's awesome that they're all doing this. Yeah, it's being exploited a little bit because it's The Bachelorette, but I think that it's awesome that so many more of the guys are doing it now because the girls are usually the ones to do it.
You think after 9 seasons, maybe they're learning that as well, to like you just said, how we
They've
started.
been watching.
The guys are watching. When they were doing the rap video,
Casey.
they knew who they were talking about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they're clearly
All
doing
the
their
guys,
homework.
I feel like every single guy from this season has watched before.
I agree.
And that's
Absolutely.
not a good thing.
Yeah, no, because when we're talking about the rose ceremony, and Michael G opens up about his diabetes, and like Krisily said, how was Ben to know that that's what they were talking about?
Right.
But this is why I thought it was so wrong what Ben did, because he did that last week as well. He continually does that. He has a rose. There's moments where you can just be a gentleman, because it's overkill.
Be
I
a
understand
gentleman in the house at the Bachelorette.
Some
There's
people
only
are.
one girl,
Sean was a gentleman.
Yeah.
and how'd that work out for him?
He made it to top 3.
But he made it to
And
top
then
3.
became
He
the
didn't-
Bachelor.
Right, but what I'm saying is they're not, and even Mikey said it afterwards.
JP.
I'm not in this house to make friends.
JP
And
was
I
a
don't-
gentleman.
But that's not my point. My point is that they're not in the house to make friends.
Yeah.
They're in the house for her, and he's taking every opportunity he can to spend time with her. Now, do I think that he's a good guy? No. But I'm saying that what he did wasn't wrong. Just because you have a rose doesn't mean you can't talk to her or pull her aside. It happens every week, but because no one likes Ben is why they're picking on it so much.
But Cathy just mentioned the fact that they've all seen the show, so Ben obviously should know that this is going to bite him in the butt. Eventually, it always does. So why?
He's seizing his moment. I don't think there's anything wrong with him stealing her away.
So do you think maybe the guys are right in general that maybe he is TRR? You know, he's not in it for the right reasons.
I was like, what are you? What? Huh? Who? Mark? What?
He's trying not to say it for you.
I mean, like I said, I don't like him. I think that seeing him outside of with her, every time he opens his mouth, it's like he's more cocky. But I don't think that him pulling her aside is wrong, because other people pulled her aside as well, but it wasn't maybe seen, it wasn't looked at differently because nobody likes him.
So you're saying maybe Michael or Des, well actually Michael should have said, give us another minute, please.
I do. I think that Michael should have, or Mikey, which I think that there's an age that's acceptable for you to be called Mikey. And I think once you reach that age, it's Michael or Mike. But I think that
20.
he should have either been man enough to be like, you know what, no, I need a minute, or Des should have seen how serious the conversation was and been able to say, you know what, can you give us a minute and I'll come find you, is how I think should have happened. I mean, Mikey wants to complain that Ben was stealing him, but he could have manned up and said, no, come back.
Yeah.
Just saying.
I'll give you that. Absolutely.
Just saying.
But anyone else stand out during the rose ceremony? Because I don't know, it's still so hard to remember every single guy. And I remember Bryan. Bryan, the guy who, Krisily, you were admiring his watch, but Bryan.
And his initials on his sleeve on his shirt. I was like, really?
That's a very Southern thing to do, though.
Oh, I thought total like New York stockbroker. That's all I thought of, was like total New York stockbroker.
I didn't know if he wanted to date her or open a Roth IRA for her or something.
He's intense.
Yeah.
Like, even in their conversations when they were talking about like family and serious stuff, he's just very intense. He looks like he wants to eat her.
But I wonder why he got so much camera time. I thought that was interesting. Because
he's not gonna last.
Okay. I just think some.
Well, put it a little more bluntly.
I mean.
No.
I don't think so.
No, I don't think so either.
I mean, I think he'll be around for a little while, but I don't think that he's.
So goodbye to our Jake Johansson New Girl lookalike. Or Jake Johnson, I'm sorry.
I was like, who?
He looks like the guy from New Girl.
I see that.
Yeah, no, but I'm trying. Anything else stood out? Really, just the confrontation. I think it's just a big setup because I had read that there was gonna be like a fight, and I even tweeted that there was supposed to be a fight.
I think it's later in the season.
Well, there's definitely one next week. For sure. We saw somebody in the hospital, which I'm assuming is from the fight. Either that or somebody fell off the side of the building. I thought it was the thing that stuck out the most to me in the rose ceremony was all the guys forgot their skirts tonight. Like, they just didn't wear them.
Yeah.
Like, it was so bickery, and like all the guys were like, no one likes Ben. He does this and he does that, and it was like the girls do that, and it was like, where's your skirt?
It felt like Mean Girls.
Is it pink or purple?
It felt a little Mean Girl to me.
It was.
A little bit.
Stop whining, man up, and do what you got to do.
The casting directors did an amazing job this year at finding guys to create drama.
They did.
And that's something that we've always said, is that The Bachelor is much more catty and it's much more entertaining to watch. But this season, holy moly.
Yeah.
Like, I can't even describe.
So that must be good, because I guess the ratings did come in, and actually they beat last year's. For last year's Bachelorette. So I don't know if that's Sean's spilloff, or, just the momentum that Sean brought to the show, but it seems like everyone's liking the season, from the get. So
I feel like a lot of people didn't want to watch Emily's because they thought she was going to be boring. And I don't know that girls loved Emily as much as the guys did. Like, guys loved Emily, and there were girls that loved Emily, and then there were girls that were like, oh, she's too pretty and she's too perfect and she has everything. So I feel like there was a split with that. And with Des, I feel like she was really America's sweetheart. Like, everyone loved Des from beginning to end. So I feel like a lot more people are going to tune in to Des. And I mean, Emily's a great girl, but I think that that's something that may have hindered people from watching her.
And adding to what Cathy said, it's just, well, now that the guys are bickering, they're being somewhat catty.
Super catty.
Deep down inside, I know we don't applaud it, but we're going to watch the hell out of it.
It's great. It's fun to watch, but it's also fun to make fun of, that they just need to take their skirts and send them home.
All right, so with that said, we get to the rose ceremony. And, of course, Brooks always had a rose, Ben and Bryden, all the bees.
Bryden, he didn't know what brie was tonight. I love that. I don't know what that is.
Tell the story.
Because I had my first brie on The Bachelor as well, and I didn't know what it was either. So I couldn't make fun of him, and I just thought it was really cute. And I thought it was cute that he was like, I don't know what that is. Instead of just being like, yeah, I want to try that.
You two are kindred spirits, good Lord. Aww. All right, so let's move on to who did get roses. And
everyone.
Just about. James, who I call Matzo number 1. Because James and Mikey, they kind of look alike. They're kind of like from Jersey Shore. No offense, because, you know.
They're the meatballs.
Yeah, they've got that, you know, like.
The meatballs.
The meatballs.
They like very low-cut V-necks.
Yes.
And
tan.
And what was that tweet that came on
gel
TV?
in the hair.
That they must have like a. What was that, Kathy?
The gel in the hair.
I forget about
the gel in the hair.
Okay.
And they don't work out.
No, not at all.
Nope.
No, maybe they do yoga.
Bikram.
Bikram, yes.
But they don't know how to dance.
No, but the tweet was that there must be a V-neck shirt right next to the house for the guys because they all have the deep cut V-necks.
It's probably in their gift bag.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right.
They all get gift bags when they move into the mansion.
Really? What did they get?
Well, every season it's different.
What did you get on your season?
My first one, I don't remember.
Black and white TV? What's going on?
Black and white TV. We might have got remote controls because they were new then. But Bachelor Pad, we do too. You get like a gift bag and sponsored companies send you stuff that you can wear on the show and you get new fancy stuff. It's kind of fun.
Nice.
Like the girls last season got a lot of gypset from CC Sky, which is one of my favorite jewelry companies. And they got a lot of the girls had the gypset necklaces on and rings.
And that's often why we see in seasons a lot of the cast members or contestants wearing the same clothing.
Right.
Because
like all the guys will have the same hoodie, you know?
Yeah.
So why don't all the guys have like the Chris Harrison like line? Why aren't they all wearing like the Chris Harrison suits? Are they already?
I think in the first night there was one guy with a Chris Harrison tie, but that would have been before he got
You
to
spotted the Chris Harrison tie?
No, I saw someone tweet about it.
I'm
like,
not
that good.
I bet there probably was a Chris Harrison tie in the gift bag or something because they would want it to be seen on the show.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So let's move on to the guys that see Casey hashtag got a rose. Dan, who looks like Superman. Juan Pablo.
Of course he's going to get a rose.
I wish he would shave his neck though.
She likes him and we didn't see much of him tonight, so.
She really likes him.
We got Brad, who I'm just giving you these descriptions because I still don't know who they are. So it's like word association. Like Brad was like the Ken doll, you know, and then let's see, we've got Chris. I got nothing. Oh, Chris, I believe he was the one who got on one knee last week.
Okay.
Yeah. So and then we got Bryan, Roth IRA guy, Zach W. I got nothing on him.
Drew.
Abs. Drew.
Drew's cute. I like Drew.
See, Drew, who I think canceled out Robert.
They do look very similar.
So similar.
Yeah, so and let's see, we got Mikey T, meatball number 2, Zach K, Mike G, who actually, Mike G, I came across this week. This isn't his first time on the Search for Love on national TV.
I heard that as well.
Yes.
Was he on Jersey Shore?
No.
No.
Talk about it.
Oh, you want to talk about it?
Oh, no, we can talk about it now if you want to.
Do you have it on news?
Yeah.
We'll save it for news. Okay, and I'll talk less. Okay, we got.
No, you could. We'll talk about it now since it was mentioned.
Okay, so what was the name of the show? It was called Love a Date.
It was a show on. I want to say it was Lifetime or like one of those channels. So not as many viewers as The Bachelorette, but he was on a date in New York City. 3 guys dating a girl from California, which makes no sense. They went on a golf date. And that was his first brush with reality television.
Didn't he kind of win it or somewhat? And then the follow-up, what happened was nothing really happened.
I didn't read that part.
Yeah, she ended up, I guess there was no second date.
I mean, clearly nothing happened.
From New York to LA. Yeah, I'm going to go on a date and yeah.
Yeah, I mean, since he's here.
So 2 dating reality shows, but he's there for the right reasons.
Right reasons.
He is, totally. After 2 dating reality shows, totally.
He just wants to find love.
Can't see
on
it.
TV.
He was too old for Jersey Shore, so.
And of course, rounding out the final roses was Brandon with the touching story. And who we lost this week, Nick.
Who called himself different because he was a black guy who did yoga and then showed us tonight he can't dance. So stereotypes on The Bachelorette be gone.
They're breaking walls at The Bachelorette.
They are breaking stereotypes. Breaking them.
and Nick and Moochie, and I'm gonna let you close out with the guy.
No, I'm so sad. Which means officially I'm wrong because Robert was my pick. So now I'm wrong.
I had him in my top 3.
I hate being wrong.
I know you do.
Terrible.
I really liked him.
Brooks.
I don't
Brooks.
understand.
Me and you, Brooks. You gotta win this for me.
Marissa, can you set that up possibly? We got Krisily and maybe Robert. You know, something going on.
No,
She wants Brooks now.
I'm like, I have a girlfriend. I'm very happy.
I don't know where it went wrong.
With who?
With
Robert?
Robert.
I don't either.
Maybe it's because he was sign spinning. Maybe that was it. Maybe he was in it.
I heard
the
some
wrong
stuff
reason.
tonight.
What did you hear? Oh, is it for news? Okay, you know what? Let's wrap it up. It was a great show. Let's go to news and gossip with Cathy. You must have so much stuff.
There is some. It's not really news. It's more gossip on Robert. First off, is I heard his dog.
The boxer?
We talked about this last week about
One-eyed
how we
boxer?
thought that he had adopted a one-eyed boxer, but it turns out that he got the boxer as a puppy. It ran away and ended up getting hurt while it was away and hurt its eye.
Poor little bugger.
Yeah. So I just wanted to correct that. Robert also is on Tinder. It is a dating app that is on iPhones and I guess Androids as well. One of my friends matched with him a month ago.
What?
Before the show even aired. So
Did she meet him
but
or
they
just
had-
match with him?
she matched with him. She didn't meet him.
Had they already filmed his portion of the show? Because this was way back in March when, you know, Dez's season started.
I guess it was, I don't know, it was like 4 or 5 weeks ago, so.
Yeah.
Maybe his profile isn't active. Like maybe he just has it and didn't turn it off.
No, it's
No, because
defense.
you have to be active to use it.
Here's the thing, in his
To match with
defense,
someone.
he was pretty busted up, and we talked about
yeah.
it could be ego and whatnot. You know,
Oh, I'm not knocking him for being on it. I'm just saying that if you're supposed to be off of every social network, why is that different? And why wasn't he on it once the
I
show
bet the
started?
Bachelor
And
producers
once
aren't
he was
looking on
off.
Tinder.
Yeah.
Now they
You
are.
think
Thank
Elon
you, Cathy.
isn't like going through and matching with the
No.
guys?
Thanks, Cathy. You just ruined it for
Yes.
poor Robert. Now the producers are going to look at Tinder
Yeah.
since they
And-
obviously watch our show.
What did you say about Robert? They like knew each other.
Oh yeah, no. Supposedly
Somebody tweeted me that tonight.
Yeah, that he knew. Was it he knew? Wait,
he dated Desiree's roommate.
Right.
And he didn't recognize Des.
Hello. So why didn't you give rid of him week 1?
Because maybe she didn't recognize him either.
I'm
I
sure
don't
she
know.
recognized him, but maybe there were some worse candidates. Or maybe she thought that he changed.
Okay, so that's a great thing you just brought up.
Weird.
For it being news, this should be a segment because why is he all busted up? He dated her friend. He hooked up with the roomie. Come on.
It's only the second night. They're not busted up because they love Des. They're busted up because their ego. They just got dumped on national television.
Yeah.
All right. What else you got for us, Kev?
All of the guys, it seems like, are on Twitter now. And usually we see this later in the season. People gradually get Twitter. It was just a couple seasons ago that they even allowed the contestants to have their social media back before the absolute finale or until they were kicked off. And it seems like the majority of them are on Twitter now. You can find them. I'm following most of them, so if you want to go over to my Twitter. But Michael G is on there. Brooks is on there. Brooks also has a fake account, so don't follow that. Ben Scott, of course he's on there. Robert is on there and has a ton of followers already. So I don't think he deactivated his Twitter while he was gone. Drew Juan Pablo is on there. He has a ton of followers because he was a former soccer player.
Are there Twitter handles on the ABC website? 'Cause I know
Brad.
in the past they've posted them.
I got it from a website that talked about all their Twitter handles.
I found one of them and then I found all of them because they're all following each other. So that's how I did it. But yeah, Brad's on there, Will's on there, Bryden's on there, Zach, Brandon, Casey,
Robert?
Zach, other Zach.
Well, make sure to follow us because I think we're all kind of like following them. I even have them like on a bachelor list.
And hashtag guy needs more followers.
Oh.
Maybe he should
For
not.
being a
Casey.
social media expert, he needs more followers. He only has
Well, he
694.
did just tweet that he got his first manicure, so maybe that's why he's not getting
Wait.
No, it's actually a really cute picture. It's on Instagram, and it's like his little cousins or
okay,
something.
that's really cute.
Yeah,
I take
knocked
it back,
that too.
I'm
I knocked
sorry.
that too.
So social media guru only has 600 followers?
Yeah.
Yeah, boy. Okay, hashtag good luck. All right. Anyway, you got anything else for us before we get out of here?
Yes, two more very quick things. This was a slower news week, but one of the things that I saw on Twitter and on wet paint everywhere, Tiara
I knew it.
wearing no makeup. Why is this a news item? I don't know. She wasn't sparkly because she had no makeup on, but what were you going
She
to say?
looked
Tracy?
good.
She looked amazing.
However, she did have like mascara and I don't know the other one you girls put on your eye.
Eyeliner?
That one.
So-
So that's not fair.
I know.
That's makeup.
I love when girls are like, no makeup, don't care, or whatever, and they put that on Twitter or on Instagram, and it's like, homegirl, you clearly put cover up on, you put some mascara on, or you have fake lashes, you did your eyebrows, you're just doing less makeup than you normally do. That's
Yeah.
not no makeup.
Because Tiara was known for having a lot of, she put a lot of makeup on, especially on
So
the eyes.
it's a make under, and she looked phenomenal, but she definitely had makeup on.
All right, this is totally turning
No
into a
sparkle.
very
No sparkle.
girly
Yes.
bachelorette. So because
Last piece of news and gossip. This is actually very juicy.
Ooh.
So, Roberto and Allie, they broke up several months ago. Oh, well, several times, and then they got back together and broke up again. They are both dating new people. And Roberto is actually dating Sarah Underwood, who is a former G4 host and former Playboy Playmate.
Playmate of the year.
Yes.
Good for him.
Playmate of the year. She is absolutely gorgeous.
She's adorable. She's a
And-
gamer. She's fun.
Yeah.
She's
Okay.
like the coolest chick on the planet.
That's good.
Oh.
Good for him.
JC has a crush too, so
Yeah. Hey.
she likes Latino guys.
I'm leaving that one alone. You're not pulling me into this one, Cathy. No, so yeah, but what about Allie? She's dating a host as well, right? A fellow host. God, his name skips me.
Doesn't she work with him on First Look?
Kevin Mano.
Thank you.
Kevin something.
Yeah, because I think Wet Paint put like verses like whose new flame do you like better? It's so bad.
I mean, you can't compare a girl to a boy.
That is true.
Just throwing that out there.
I was wondering why I always pick Sarah Jean on that one. Okay.
I mean-
Yeah, I feel like Kevin looked a little.
Maybe he needed some eyeliner and makeup.
Kevin
They
looked a little
worked
pretty
together
boy.
in First Look, I'm pretty sure.
Yes.
Okay, so with that said, so let us know who you think, guys. Who's gonna last? Roberto and Allie, Roberto and Allie, Roberto and Sarah, or Allie and her new flame. So thank you for the news and gossipy stuff. It's time for predictions. Not because Marissa's doing this.
Your AfterBuzz
Come on, let's go.
prediction.
I predict that Roberto likes blondes.
Wow, that is deep. All right, so we saw a little bit of next week, and we saw a guy on a hospital bed, and he had some tubes going. It looked like up his nose, and to me, it looked like Brooks. So it looks like something happens to Brooks.
I hope he doesn't fall off the side of the building because we also see them climbing a building.
So what? Oh my gosh! Yeah, because I mean, I think the guys aren't that catty. They'd be like, oh my God, he hurt himself. Now she's totally gonna fall for him. You
It's
know?
like what Tiara tried to do.
Yes, is this a Tiara move? I know it's not, but
I don't think so. I hope the guys do look like they're getting aggressive, which happens in a house full of men with alcohol. And also, we did see a clip last week of someone that looked like they choked Brooks.
yeah. So maybe that's it.
I predict there will be a fight next week.
Oh, thank you for that.
And there will be a rose ceremony and someone will go home.
Spoiler. Okay.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
Captain Obvious.
Who do you think is gonna go home? Anyone? I'm going with the meatballs.
I predict some roses.
Well, we don't.
She's
I don't.
predicting things that are gonna happen, so I was predicting them too.
Brooks is not going home, so
I didn't think that Robert was going home this soon, so I feel like my predictions are completely.
me too. Because
Out the
I would like
window.
to say Brandon would go home, but I think that I might be off on that too.
Yeah. So okay. So obviously it's too early, really, for us to say much of anything.
I predict that my predictions will all be wrong.
Let us know what you guys think at home. Make sure to go on iTunes, YouTube. Let us know your predictions and let us know what you like about the show. with that sound, it's time for us to go. So where can they find you, Cathy?
You can find me on Twitter at Catherine Kelley.
And Krisily.
You guys can find me on Twitter at Krisily.
And Marissa, thank you once again. You were on top of it. You're giving us the rap song. You're on fire tonight. So where can they find you?
You can follow me on Twitter at SeraphiniTV.
Nice. And you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at JC Rubio TV. So for Marissa, Krisily, Cathy, I'm Soulja Boy, and we are out of here. Good night, everybody.
From
so glad we never
Bing.com, executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff. We would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
I thought we were saying Superman.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.